So happiness. 18 Rules of the Subconscious Mind. Part 1. Understanding the 18 rules of the subconscious mind is crucial because these principles govern the way our thoughts, beliefs, and behaviors are formed and maintained. The subconscious mind serves as the foundation of our mental landscape, influencing our emotions, decisions, and actions without our conscious awareness. By comprehending these rules, we gain invaluable insight into how our minds are programmed and how to reprogram them to align with our goals and desires. This knowledge empowers us to transform limiting beliefs, cultivate positive habits, and ultimately create a more fulfilling and harmonious life. Without understanding these rules, we risk being driven by unconscious patterns that may not serve our best interests. Grasping how the subconscious mind works is essential to achieving true personal growth and happiness. We become what we think about. Aristotle. 1. The main task of the subconscious mind is to ensure your survival. Your survival is dependent on your subconscious mind doing its job of protecting you from harm. It is responsible for your autonomic nervous system, which controls your heart rate, blood pressure, body temperature, and your reproductive and digestive systems. It also controls your fight, flight, or freeze response. It does all of this below your conscious awareness. 2. The subconscious mind is the ruler of your emotions. Emotion is more powerful than knowledge when dealing with the subconscious mind. Thoughts and feelings that have strong emotional charges, positive or negative, reach the subconscious mind and make an imprint. Once accepted, your thoughts generate ideas, and the ideas continue to produce the same bodily reactions repeatedly. When those reactions are not in alignment, conflict may arise in the form of mental, emotional, and/or physical disorders. To eliminate or change chronic, negative reactions, you must connect to your subconscious mind to reprogram the emotional patterns that are responsible for your reactions. This principle is important to remember when you are having conversations or communicating ideas about religion, politics, or any scenario that has strong emotions attached to it like anger, hatred, or fear as a motivating factor. Emotions are not logical. This would also include such opposites as love, joy, peace, and harmony. People will hold on to certain ideals or beliefs no matter how out of line or outrageous the belief may be, even when presented with knowledgeable and logical evidence to the contrary. This is a protective mechanism the subconscious utilizes. Your thoughts create physiological reactions in your body. Your happiness or sadness resides in your subconscious mind. Your energy and your motivational levels also arise from your subconscious mind. Emotions directly affect your physical functioning, which includes your autonomic nervous system. Your subconscious mind will ultimately determine how healthy or unhealthy you are. 3. Your subconscious mind does not differentiate between what is real and what is imagined. Everything is real to your subconscious mind. This rule can easily be demonstrated. Imagine that you are cutting into a lemon, then taking a piece and putting it in your mouth. Notice how just thinking about this you begin salivating and your lips begin to pucker even though there is no lemon in sight. Your body still reacts to the thought as it would if you were sucking on a real lemon. The same is true for all your thoughts. Your fears, real or imagined, are experienced in the same way in the subconscious mind and in the body. Someone had to first imagine, and then subconsciously design the chair you are sitting on before it could be built. The same was true before man landed on the moon. Someone first had to imagine and envision that it could be possible before it could become a reality. Everything is created first through imagination, which resides in the subconscious mind. 4. The subconscious is a servant and follows the orders of your conscious mind. Despite its massive power, The subconscious mind is a servant and obeys orders from your conscious mind by acting upon whatever it is fed. It works day and night to make sure your behaviors are consistent with your emotionalized thoughts, positive or negative. Your conscious thoughts and your words are programming you. Therefore, it is vital to be acutely aware of your own self-talk. The subconscious is like the genie stating, "Your wish is my command." 5. The subconscious responds to habit. From the time of your birth, you are developing behavioral patterns that run on autopilot. This makes sense from an evolutionary perspective, since it would be impossible for your brain to make decisions about all the little details of your life. It would take too much computing power, like RAM on a computer. Your habits can be empowering or disempowering to you. Habits and patterns are developed and changed at the subconscious level. When you want to create something, break a habit, or reframe undesirable thought patterns, you must first create a mental image of yourself, utilizing your sight, hearing, taste, smell, and incorporate strong feelings of already having the desired outcome. This triggers the synapses in your brain to fire. Neurons that fire together wire together, which in turn creates stronger connections. Note: Hebb, 2012, neurobiologist, postulated that cells, thoughts, that fire together wire together, and out of sync, lose their link. He also postulates that neural activity regulates the genes that are ultimately responsible for pruning and strengthening connections between neurons. 6. The subconscious utilizes symbols, pictures, and metaphors to communicate. Because your subconscious mind is visually oriented, the use of stories, pictures, and metaphors are excellent ways to communicate between your conscious and your subconscious mind. Watch your dreams for symbols and clues to what is going on in your subconscious. When you hear the word tree, you do not see the word tree, you visualize a tree. If you happen to like weeping willows, you will picture a weeping willow tree. If you like palm trees, you may visualize a palm tree. Even while reading these words, your subconscious mind may have formed those pictures. Notice that all the other words only serve to direct the way you perceived the tree. None of the other words have a visual component, so, while your conscious mind used the words to create a linear sequence and make sense of the idea, the subconscious only held onto the vision of the tree. Your subconscious has a photographic and a picture-conscious memory. 7. The subconscious mind acts upon expectations. What you expect tends to be realized. Your brain and your nervous system respond mostly to the images accepted by the subconscious mind, whether they are self-induced or are from external stimuli. The mental image once formed becomes a part of the map which the subconscious mind is ordered to follow until new data is accepted. Your expectation of outcomes becomes the blueprint for your life. You become what you think. Focus on what you want, not on what you do not want. 8. The subconscious mind responds better to positives. The subconscious does not respond to or correlate negatives as well as it does positives. Words like no, and not, and don't do not have a visual component. So, when you say, "I choose not to smoke," the subconscious sees only smoke. Smoke has a visual component. Words with a visual component are more powerful programmers, which is why your words need to be chosen carefully. A good analogy for this is when I say, "Do not think about a pink elephant." Your mind automatically imagines the pink elephant even though I said, "Do not think about a pink elephant," because it is visual. Another example of this is, while driving on the highway you see a huge billboard flashing the words, "No texting and driving." As soon as you see the sign, it, subconsciously, reminds you to check your text messages. The sign was a trigger or a reminder rather than a deterrent. The sign would be more effective if it read, "Drive safe, keep your eyes on the road." People on diets would be better served if they focus their thoughts on the foods that they should eat as opposed to what they should not eat. Diets that use language that use words like no sugar, no fat, no carbs, or stop eating candy, or stop drinking alcohol will only trigger more craving. This follows the same principle as do not think about the pink elephant. As soon as I say, do not, you will immediately think about the unwanted or desired thing. When children are directed to stop running, it takes longer for them to comply than when they are directed to walk slowly. Keep your thoughts focused on what you want, not on what you do not want. 9. The subconscious seeks cognitive consonance. Opposing beliefs cannot be held at the same time. The subconscious mind seeks consonance and/or congruence. When opposing ideas are presented, the subconscious can accept only one truth. Affirmations like, "I am thin and healthy, and you weigh 300 pounds and have heart disease," or, "I feel happy and filled with joy, despite having just lost your job and are feeling sad," will not work. Your subconscious will reject what it believes is not true until new, updated data is accepted. It is completely honest and totally committed to remaining congruent. Therefore, it is important to phrase affirmations correctly. This principle also shows why people will hold on to certain political, philosophical, or religious ideals so adamantly. 10. Once a belief or idea has been accepted by your subconscious mind, it remains there until it is replaced by another belief or idea. The longer a belief is held, the more it tends to become a fixed habit or thought pattern. This is how habits are formed, positive and negative. An ingrained habit forms a pattern that acts like a printed circuit which is followed faithfully whenever the pattern gets triggered. Once the subconscious mind buys into a belief, it selectively searches for reasons to validate that belief and ignores anything that might invalidate it. Should evidence be introduced that invalidates the belief, that belief is immediately dismissed, and a new belief is then accepted. This rule is key to understanding yourself and others. Move on to 18 Subconscious Rules Part 2.